Hello, Namaste, Sat Sri Akal, Salam Walaikum, Bonjour. I am your host Naveen Bhasin and you're watching Podcast with Naveen Bhasin. As you know, today we have a very dynamic personality. So before I start anything else, let's look at the country profile of this guest. So here with me, the first Seychelles Women's High Commissioner to India, Her Excellency Mrs. Harisova Lalatiana Akush. Please tell us about your journey from a student to High Commissioner, ma'am.
First of all, I would like to thank you for hosting this program.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
I'm very privileged,
Thank you so much,
and
ma'am.
I will take the opportunity to talk more about me, about Seychelles. So, as you asked about my journey from student to High Commissioner to Ambassador, it's a long journey, very long journey, more than 50 years. In fact, I was not aiming to be an ambassador, but I think there is destiny. But sometimes we need to accept, because when I was student, I was very bright in mathematics, physics, something scientific. So I was after my before my university, I was due to fly to Russia for my aeronautics studies. But just 1 week before, even I studied Russian language, I was very fluent. I was told, you're not going. Forget about it. So it took a turn in my life. So they sent me to console me, they sent me to Cuba. And to Cuba for 9 months. So I went to Cuba. I started the course, 9-month course with interpretation. After 3 months, the ambassador of Cuba came back home with a letter saying that I have to go for bachelor. So all the bachelor students already started the Spanish language program. So I was late, 3 months late. So I had to catch up, but luckily I could catch up easily. I learned Spanish. I studied Spanish for 9 months. I started speaking fluently. And then I finished my bachelor. I came back and I started, in 90 I came back, and then in 91 I saw an announce on the newspaper for a post in the Foreign Affairs as an economic cooperation officer. So I applied. It was a very tough competition, because many interviews, including with the minister. And at the end, they ask you, put it in writing, in French, in English, what have been discussed during the interview. So finally, I got the post. And I started in 91 as officer of the Foreign Affairs Ministry. And from then, slowly but surely, I stayed there. The only place I have been working is for Foreign Affairs Ministry. And then in 2010, I was nominated as the first officer for a diplomatic attaché post. But since my return from Cuba, and since I joined the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, I was allocated the Cuba dossier as well. So I had the opportunity to go back to Cuba every year, twice, 3 times, after studying 4 years there, and then come back to Cuba every year. But in 2013, I was deployed to UK. My first posting. Before that, they asked me to go, but I I did not accept because my son was too small. So I went to London as a deputy high commissioner, as well as assistant representative of Seychelles to the WMO Maritime. I did spend 4 years in London. I came back in August 20, now I forgot now.
No problem.
But just 2 months after, they sent me back to Cuba.
Okay.
So I spent only two months in Seychelles. I went to Cuba as a deputy ambassador because there was an ambassador there. It was October 2017. And the ambassador left 2 months later, so I took over the mission, me alone. And from Cuba, and then they appointed me as ambassador to Cuba as first woman resident ambassador to Cuba. So I stayed in Cuba until COVID. In COVID time, as you know, Seychelles, we had a very tough time. No tourism, no tourists, so no income. So we had to close 3 embassies, and one was Cuba. And I had the task to make everything arrangement to close the embassy, sell everything in 2 weeks' time. During COVID, it was tough. But I did manage to do it because despite that all the offices were closed because of COVID, it was the end of the year, no embassy had the budget. But the relationships and friendship that I had with the ambassadors, my colleagues, the diplomats, I managed to sell everything. So I came back to Seychelles and I stayed as ambassador in Seychelles before they announced that I'm going to India as the first woman high commissioner since we opened the embassy in 2008.
2008.
It was a very exciting moment saying, oh, this is an era. I'm the first lady to go. I know it's and I came 2023 February, and I can say that 2-3 weeks after, I thought I was in India for years.
Okay.
Because of the warm welcome, the Indian people, and they sometimes confuse me as an Indian as well. So it was easy, a very easy settlement. I presented my credentials, my letter to the Honorable President Mumu just 2 weeks after my arrival, and it's very uncommon, but it was quick. But what struck me when I went to present, I went alone. Normally, one ambassador is accompanied by 4 or 5
Other
people.
diplomats, yes.
But I was alone. So, Honorable President made a remark. And she said, oh, you came alone with no army. And you know what you come in to do, yeah, because you know in the room a lot of. I said yes, I came. I know what I'm going to do, but I cannot do it myself. I need the assistance of everyone,
Absolutely
every
right.
Indian. So I rely on you, and I can confirm today. But without the assistance, the kindness and the hospitality of the Indian people, wherever I go, it was not possible for me to do it. So I take the opportunity to thank everyone for such assistance and support, which I'm still enjoying till
Okay.
day, and they think that I'm an Indian as well, so it's easier. And here I am I can say halfway because it's 5 years posting, and I have been here 2.5 years, halfway to go.
Halfway to go. You are right.
And I started saying I miss India.
Okay.
So let's see
Okay.
what's coming up. But I'm very positive. I have from India, I have 14 countries in total under my jurisdictions, plus some regional organizations. And for me, 14 is small because in Cuba I had 35.
Okay.
So for me, it's not for us, because we used to have a big responsibility. So, and many people asking, how do you do? We see you everywhere, but you say that you are, I'm the only one in the embassy. I used to say my 14 children. I have 14 children, but I try to connect because that's our job. Establish, set up connection, because wherever you go, the people to people connection is the basis of a good, strong relationship. So I'm here, and I'm proud to say that I've been able to connect
Okay.
and still
Great.
connecting as much as I can. So once again, thank you, the Indian people. You are so kind.
So
Yeah.
nice of you, madam.
Yes.
We are very grateful to you that you have accepted our request for being a part of this podcast series, ma'am. Like you have told us that you have 14 countries in your jurisdiction. Apart from that, you have some regional organizations like IORA, ISA, and ASEAN in your Delhi's jurisdiction office. And madam, we got to know that you're very talented because you are fluent in 5 languages. As we know in Seychelles, we speak Creole, French, and English. Thus, tell us about your journey about these 5 languages and how these languages help you to connect with other part of the world.
Yes, in fact, I spoke more, but you know, language, when you don't practice, you forget it. So for now, 5 fluently, but I still understand Portuguese, Italian, because Italian, Portuguese, Spanish, they are cousins.
Okay, okay,
So I studied them easily.
okay, ma'am.
That's why I'm a bit, I can say, frustrated, because I have tried to learn Hindi.
Hindi language.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I find it, today I speak, tomorrow I forget. Oh, maybe I'm too old. But my aim is to speak Hindi before I leave India.
No, no, it's a good
Yeah.
gesture for us, madam. You are
Yeah.
here in India and you are planning to learn our language, which is a Hindi language, is popular
Yes.
all over the world
Yes.
with 1.5 billion population in India. As far as madam, we know about Seychelles, it is one of the richest country in Africa with the GDP per capita is 43,000. We were amazed to know about it, and with this small population, and we have got this GDP, it's incredible. And apart from that, madam, you have a literacy rate also, which is also in the higher side. So, what makes these Seychelles very famous in the world?
Seychelles, as you know, we don't have resources as such. Our resource is the human being, the people. So it's our center of our development. So whatever we have been gaining from assistance, we always invest in the people. So all these achievements, highest literacy rate, highest GDP, we are now considered by World Bank as not middle economy, but a high economy. And we become a victim of our achievements, because when you are classified as such, they say you are rich, there is no need to give you more. But for you to maintain, you have to have support. So I can say that Seychelles has been using what we had fairly, invest in people, and using the money, the assistance, very quite good. especially in the environment field, because as you know, Seychelles as well is a champion in protection of environment.
Okay.
We are among the top when we talk about this issue. And despite our small size, we do prefer conserve what we have for the future generations and for the world,
Okay.
instead of wasting it and getting money quickly. So Seychelles, despite its size, despite lack of resources, we are very proud to say we have achieved.
Okay,
We have
ma'am.
achieved. Yeah.
Okay, wonderful, madam. As you know that our India and Seychelles have a very long-lasting relationships, and we have a historical ties. Like in 1976, Seychelles got independent from British government, and it was a French colony, and later on British colony. That is a region like prominently Creole, French, and English are the three common languages which are spoken in Seychelles. And we have our Honorable Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi ji, visit to Seychelles in 2015. Ma'am, please tell us about it.
I think it was 1 year after the Honorable Modi ji came to be a Prime Minister, and it can be described as a historical. Yeah,
Historical visit.
because we know the links between Seychelles and India, and then when you take in the context of regional cooperation, where India and Seychelles, we strive to safeguard the Indian Ocean as a safe place, a peaceful region. So it showed that together, despite the difference of sizes, we can work. I always say the big brother visit the small brother.
Yes.
Does not mean that because he is big, we cannot collaborate. And from there, our cooperation has flourished a lot in different fields. So it was a historic moment. And then
Okay.
after that, many Seychelles president visited India.
Mr. Danny
Danny Ford, James Michel, visited India. And all this strengthening the relations between, with, I would say, in the different visit at different levels and the people-to-people connections. So Seychelles and India, we share a lot.
And I remember, ma'am, this former president, Mr. Danny Ford, he presented Aldabra tortoise for the Hyderabad Zoo.
Yeah, as you know, the big tortoises, you can find it in Seychelles and Galapagos.
Galapagos.
Yeah.
Okay, ma'am.
So it's a sign of good relationship. I would love to see that big tortoise, how is it?
Yeah, ma'am. I think in
Hyderabad.
Hyderabad Zoo, they are
Yes,
kept
yeah.
in Hyderabad Zoo.
Yeah.
And we can easily visit there and you can
Yes,
have a
yeah.
glimpse of this
Yes, yeah.
tortoise.
Yes.
Yeah, ma'am. And madam, in Seychelles, what are the famous dishes that we can enjoy?
For Indians, I don't think there is a big difference. Okay, we as island, we take more fish, rice every day as well. Lentils we eat as well. Spicy food we eat. Curry we eat. So for Indian, it's not a new thing, but you can adapt very well in
Okay.
Seychelles.
Okay.
Yeah, very well.
Because madam, Seychelles is a high-end luxury and its tourism is growing at a very faster rate. So do we have a direct flight to Seychelles, ma'am?
In fact, when I arrived, the main issue for tourism was the connectivity. So after the visit of my Minister of Foreign Affairs, I made the arrangement. I said I have to push to have something. So I can be very happy to say that yes, Indigo started flying from Mumbai in last March. It has 4 flights per week, plus Air Seychelles as well. So what we saw recently, before Indigo flights, the number of Indian visitors were after 20. Now it's among the top 10.
Oh, wonderful, ma'am.
And last time we had tourism roadshow, and we asked Indigo when is Delhi, and the reply was soon.
Oh, wonderful. It's a good news, ma'am.
So that is a good news, and I think that as soon as it starts from Delhi, not only for tourism, for business, why not India top 5, top
Yes,
3?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. And when the Indian visitors, Indian people discover Seychelles, it is beautiful, very beautiful. A lot of activities you can do in Seychelles. So we have mountains, we have everything in Seychelles. You will love, and they will be the ambassador of Seychelles,
Okay.
taking over to Seychelles.
Great,
So
ma'am.
let's pray for the direct flight
Sure,
from
ma'am.
Delhi.
Thank you for this
Yeah.
beautiful.
And I would love to launch an appeal to Air India as well,
Okay.
to look at this as well. So to have a everyday flight from India.
Great,
Yeah.
madam. We are hoping that soon there will be direct flights from Delhi to Seychelles also. Right now, we have a connections from Mumbai to Seychelles, but very soon we are hoping with your presence, these new things will start soon, ma'am.
And why not use Seychelles as a bridge,
Yes,
and then go to the African countries.
African countries. You are right.
Back. Yeah.
Absolutely right,
Yeah.
ma'am. You are
That's
right,
a
ma'am.
good business.
Good business between the two countries, as we
Yes.
have pristine beaches and
Yeah.
diversity,
A lot.
wonderful mountains. We have 115 islands in Seychelles, ma'am. So definitely it is a boon for the Indian tourism, and we have lot of Indian tourists also who would like to go there in terms of business, in terms of tourism, and they can work also because, as you said, we have a highest GDP in Africa, so there are opportunities for Indian people also. They can invest in Seychelles economy, and I hope with your presence it would be possible.
Yeah, of course, I've been meeting many business, many chambers, and the interests are very, very great, very big. And I think that before I leave India, the relations between Seychelles and India at all aspects, all sectors will be higher.